Hey, it's Deborah, and I'm back. I'm going to show you another way to really get into hamstring flexibility and possibly release your lower back while you're doing it. You can do this barefoot, in socks, or in shoes, and I happen to have shoes on. So what I want you to do is to come down, and I want you to kind of assess your flexibility or range of motion right now. Just let your head fall down and make a mental note of, can you put your hands flat on the floor, and don't force it. Or, if you're really tight, you may be saying, okay, I have 4 inches between my fingertips and the floor. Wherever that is, it's right. Just kind of assess, and then think about, how does that feel? How tight are you? How good, how tight, how easy? Just kind of take your temperature, okay? Or where you feel it. Now, here's what I want you to do. You're going to take your hands and you're going to put them underneath your feet, and then allow your head to come down. Breathe through this, all right? No holding your breath here. And I want you to bring your chest a little closer to your legs, but while you're doing that, if you can, try and straighten your legs and try to bring your tailbone toward the ceiling. I really want you to lift up. Allow your head to come down, relax your shoulders, and you're going to hold on to this in a deep stretch for at least 30 seconds, okay? And then once you've been here for 30 seconds, what I want you to do is to take your hands out, and we're going to do the opposite. I want you to bring them underneath your heel, so you have some elevation here, and you're lifting your heels up at least about 1 inch, okay? If not more. And then I want you to lengthen, drop your head down. Now you're going to be a little off balance here because your heels are elevated, you're falling forward a little bit, so adjust. Tailbone up, try to point it at the ceiling, and bring your chest forward toward your legs. Again with this one, breathing and holding for at least 30 seconds. Then you're going to take your hands back out, and I want you to come up. So I want you just to stand, shake that out a little bit. Now come down and do that very first stretch again. Check in with your stretch. Now right now, for me, this feels like I have more range of motion, just slightly, not dramatically, but it feels easier to get there. And then relax. So as you come up, if that was a big stretch and you just stretched those hamstrings quite significantly, so don't just come up from hauling them from here. I want you to bend round through your back to come up so that you do it nice and safely. And that was a great series of stretches. So we did a static standing stretch. We also did the foam roller. We did a seated static stretch, another option, and then we did a standing kind of forward hinge stretch, and borrowed from yoga actually, and from assessments that we use for core and back mobility and strength. So some of those may fit, others of those may feel like they're not a great fit for you. You can also lastly do one on the floor. And I don't happen to have a strap or a towel on me right now, so I'm not going to be demonstrating literally, but I'm going to show you the position. So we would take one leg and put it down on the floor, and the other leg, take a rope or a belt around that arch of your foot and bring that one toward you, and you're allowing your back and your body to be flat on the floor, pulling this in towards you while your shoulder blades are back. You have great posture here, so no rounding, no straining anywhere else. And then you'd release and do the same thing. Good range of motion. And a way to check that you're not putting any limiters on your lower back is that you can at least get to a straight leg up and be at 90 degrees. Now, some of you out there are saying, you could probably put your leg way up over here. Good, nice knowing you. It's not going to happen over here, but remember this, that if you're down here, we need to work on that mobility. This is really about optimal. So if you have too much mobility, you've got one of those leg up over the heads, you just need to make sure you've got adequate strength so you have stability. Strength and mobility together give you stability. If you've got too much strength or too much mobility, neither one of those is great. So you want to be kind of right there in a marriage. Hope that makes sense. And I hope that helps. So work on your hamstrings and then check in right here and let me know how it goes. Which stretch felt good, any limiters that you noticed, and check back in every few days and let me know that you're doing it regularly. And I'll see you on the flip side.